Looking for the perfect mashed potato recipe? Try out my recipe and you won't be disappointed because the mashed potatoes turn out so buttery, very flavorful and delicious. To make these delicious, flavorful, buttery mashed potatoes, you'll need a few ingredients which are going to be very basic. So you're going to check the description box for the full recipe. So you're going to start off by peeling and cutting your potatoes into medium sizes, just like mine. I have around 5 to 7 medium potatoes over here. Next, you're going to peel your garlic. I have mine over here. I'm going to be adding in 3 cloves of garlic, some rosemary, milk, and salt. So you're going to move over to your stove top and place a pot over medium-high flame and add in cold water. Whenever you're boiling potatoes, always boil your potatoes in cold water because you want the potatoes to boil evenly. Transfer in my potatoes into my pot. Add in some salt for seasoning. Around a teaspoon of salt. My garlic. And then next I'm going to add in 1 sprig of fresh rosemary. Add some more. And then I'm going to cover and let my pot come to a boil. Okay, the sprig of rosemary was a little bit small. That's why I've added in another half of rosemary sprig. Yes. So I'm going to wait for around 1 minute so that the water comes to a boil, and then I'm going to be boiling my potatoes for around 3 to 4 minutes until the potatoes are tender. When it comes to the time for boiling your potatoes, it depends on how big or how small you have cut your potatoes. For me, it's going to be around 3 to 4 minutes because they're not too big and not too small. They're just in between there. So if you chop your potatoes very large, they're also going to take a while to cook. So it's going to take around 5 to 10 minutes. Just use a fork, check if they're tender, and once you notice that they're tender, you'll drain off the water. When you poke with a fork and the potatoes are tender, you're going to put out the flames, and then you're going to remove the rosemary leaves and the garlic and drain off the water. When you've drained water from the potatoes, you're going to let the potatoes sit for around 1 minute so that the excess moisture can escape. Now, it's been 1 minute. So to your pot, you're going to be adding in some butter, which is going to add in a very nice buttery taste to our mashed potatoes. And also, I'm going to be adding in some milk for some creaminess. So I'm going to add in my butter into my pot. That is 2 tablespoons of butter. And then using a potato masher, I'm going to mash together the butter and potatoes until the potatoes are well mashed. And it's going to take a very short while because the potatoes are perfectly tender but not overcooked. When you're using a non-stick pan just like me to boil your potatoes, make sure to use a silicone masher. Don't use a metallic one because you're going to spoil the non-stick. My potatoes are well mashed and they're looking very good and smelling so nice since we added in some butter. So now it's time to add in my milk. So I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of milk at a time until I get the right consistency. This is how I love my mashed potatoes because already I'm going to be serving to show you how creamy and delicious my mashed potatoes are looking like. So I'm going to place my masher aside, use a spoon and just check out the consistency. It's looking so good. These mashed potatoes are totally worth trying because they're so good and delicious. They are well salted, and also because I added in some butter and rosemary together with garlic, the mashed potatoes is super flavorful. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll be trying out this easy and amazing recipe, which needs a few ingredients, but the outcome is delicious as always.